Last week on Sailing Adrift, we tried to hook up our fridge.
I'm worried we broke this.
Don't say that.
Well, it's like doing this.
After some tedious finagling and research,
Well, we have some good news, bad news. When I hold this like this, everything works great. If I let go of this by pushing on the fuse here, the fan cuts out. But
eventually we got it to work on its own and everything turned out super cool. I'll preface this week's episode by saying we have a bit of a variety show for you this week, but we still managed to fit in some boat work. I got this sweet opportunity through the company I work for to go on a guided fishing trip near the Bonneville Dam along the Columbia River. And I love fish, so of course, I said yes. The charter was through Campbell's Guide Service, and none of us had ever fished like this before. But we caught on real quick with all the lady luck aboard. We're a small but mighty home building company in Portland, Oregon. We all had a really epic time, and each of us caught our limit for the day. Plus, we were totally stocked on drinks and snacks, and given direct orders to enjoy the day, have fun, and not worry about work.
well, hello.
Hello!
How did fishing go?
It went well.
Little angler, you.
I caught a big one.
Ah, yes. Remember how this used to be like a table that I'd work on?
Mm-hmm.
I decided I needed the lumber,
Oh,
so I've hacked it to pieces.
that makes sense. Let's be real. Lumber prices are pretty ridiculous right now.
If I run out of this, I'm just going to start ripping the siding off that little house over there. You know how wood prices are these days.
That's stucco, dear.
What?
That's stucco.
It's not stucco on that hard. I can sand it off. It was a terrible joke.
Okay, all joking aside, time to get to work. Justin came to visit, which was great because we had lots of projects and obviously we need help.
Well, ahoy there, Justin. What are you up to in this room?
I'm making a cubby shelf.
I
Yeah.
see. Well, care to walk us through it?
Yeah, so you guys got this pump installed right here,
Expert.
which is installed great, but there's a lot more room in here. And so we are going to make two cubbies, one that comes along back here, that is lower, and then put a shelf over here and have a nice shallow one. So this is covered, and you have more space to put your things.
Excellent. We
Yeah.
can use that.
And I'm building it all with this mallet.
I can see that.
Yeah.
It's a little loud and archaic, but it seems to be working great.
be
What have
great.
you done so far?
So far, got some cleats installed. Got 3 cleats. Put a wall right here, so that way we're not drilling through the water tank.
Oh,
Yeah.
Otherwise,
that's solid.
that would not work well.
Does that impact the structural integrity if you were to drill into the
I've heard holes in a water
water
tank
tank?
are not good.
Really? How do you get the water out and in?
The one hole manufactured on the top.
Okay.
Not on the bottom, on the side.
You get it out and in through the same hole.
Yeah.
All right.
And then
That makes sense to me.
out and in the same hole. All right. And then made a very rough, not so skilled piece of wood to get
Oklahoma.
a rough estimate of what kind of shape we're wanting for this bottom
All
shelf.
right, let's get after it, shall we?
Let's do it.
This is looking a little crazy.
Where did you come from? Like literally, you're like a little ninja. I'm
Yep.
sitting here working away, and then I look up, and there's someone with a camera in my face.
You should be used to this by now.
I'm not.
But you should be. What are you working on?
This is the chair back.
Cool.
Trying to figure out how best to make it so we can upholster this piece and have it attached to this piece, and the whole thing be able to be reupholstered in the future if we needed to. So this is what I came up with. It's just the walnut at the bottom. This upper piece of plywood will be the one that we upholster, and then they're attached by these metal brackets with a tiny gap to allow the fabric through. And that should be closed obviously by the fabric to viewing. And then the whole thing will sit on that seat back.
Cool.
I'll show you once I'm finished.
Okay.
How would that be?
That would be great. You let us know. Okay, here we are.
So this base down here will be exposed. The mat will come up 4 to 6 inches. I think we had decided on 4 inches for these.
Mm-hmm.
And then this will be upholstered, this white piece, and it'll slide in. Down here, I've put the 2 face pieces on, so it just needs to trim along the bottom. I still need to clad the side here.
Cool.
Any questions?
Nope. All good. Now get back to work. But then, rather unexpectedly, it rained in Portland. Imagine that. That's when we knew it was time to put the cover back on. You're on a ladder again.
Yep, it's that time of year. We had a big hisser, and then we found a bunch of leaks in the boat that we need to be corrected when we finally get out on the deck. But it's damaging my new pretty walnut work.
That sucks. Covering the boat has been a struggle as long as we've had it. Being in our driveway, we're limited to the county's zoning codes and our budget, so the structure had to be temporary. The elements are constantly working against us. Wind blows around, and it's got tears, and we just keep patching on. This is probably the 5th or 6th time we've put the cover back on, and hopefully the last.
Here I am in the boat again, everybody. Thanks for joining me here in the boat. I'm glad you're here. As you can see, we had quite a rain downpour, and our measures have been working. There's very little water in here. I also had a birthday last night, and I stayed up very late with my friends. So I'm a little off my game this morning. And it's not morning, it's like mid-afternoon. But to me it feels like the morning, because I haven't been up very long. But I didn't sleep very long either.
Want to see how that went?
Hi!
Surprise!
Good job!
Of course, Chris had to give the grand tour to our guests. Once the tour was over, we came back inside for some highly regarded whiskey tasting and the finest cigars. Now back to the boat.
Anyway,
Cheeseball.
all the water damage from the day prior, there's still evidence of that. I'm hoping it'll stand out. I'm sure it will. The big concern I have is the plywood swelling, and that doesn't seem to be doing that, so we might have dodged that bullet. The water doesn't seem to have multiplied. But first we got to finish this room, then we're going to go into the engine room, and then we're going to do the pilot house, and then it's time for the deck and the rigging and all that stuff. Then we'll put this boat back in the water. I'm done now.
Oh, also, speaking of done, guess what we did? We did it! We paid off the boat. It is official. It is officially ours. Yeah, that felt pretty good. Now this hunk of junk is officially 100% ours. No more payments, no more interest, no more hidden fees or surprise clauses. We can keep on doing our thing the way we want to, and in a year from now, we'll have a proper home, all finished and already paid off. At this point, I bet you're wondering, what the hell happened to our master carpenter Justin? And where is this project going?
So unfortunately, at the last moment, our master carpenter Justin had to leave to take care of an old lady's cabinet. That's what happened. It's true. He quickly finished up this project, and as you can see, it ended up great. A nice little inset. We're going to use this cabinet for tool storage. The idea is to mount a work table on the bottom side of this cushion and then fold it over onto this cushion to make a workbench. This would be for like littler things, because if you put things in there that are too tall, the lid won't close.
That makes sense.
Speaking of lids, where's the lid of that?
That's annoying.
The second Kelly cleans this place, it takes me like an hour and a half to make this a pigsty. My goodness!
The troops are coming. They're gonna help you.
There.
There we go.
Anyway, and if we need to access the pump that lives underneath, you just pull this up. It won't be the easiest thing in the world, but look at that.
Sweet.
All the electrical and the pump.
Nice.
If you're wondering what this is, that's a spare bit for the pump itself.
Good idea.
I think it's pretty great.
I think so too. Nice job.
Justin?
Hey you, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed what you saw and you want to keep following along, become a subscriber. Just hit that subscribe button below. And special thanks to our patron crew. We really appreciate your support. Speak now.
Here I am in the boat again, everybody. How was that, movie camera girl?
That's great. You guys did a great job. Teamwork.
You go in and out more than most teenage boys.
Are you doing it?
I'm filming you.
That's not, I said walk this way. That means you have to walk like I am.
I know, I've seen Young Frankenstein. I get that joke.
You act like there's a stick in your butt that you have to hold there, and that your boobies are on display.
You're really good at this.
And you'll have it.
Okay.
I'm the host, but he's the guy.
All right. Yeah, Justin's the man.
No, the guy.
Oh, okay.